Hello. We're back. Welcome to the Alchemist Sequel.
This is your spiritual podcast for grounded people.
I'm Emily.
And I'm KristaLyn. And we both have new tattoos because we've been traveling. And it's really fun.
I'm also so fucking jet lagged, team.
Right?
I'm so jet lagged. I got home the day before yesterday. I'm from when I'm recording this, not from when you're listening to it. Yeah. But like, whoa, my planet's on a different body than my brain. So here we are, which means I'm super psychic right now. What?
Your planet's on a different body than your brain.
Whoops. You know.
Case in point.
I speak super good.
Yeah. Yep. I had that on like Monday and Tuesday. I had clients and I was like, ooh, I'm really good with this. Like, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
So it's going really well.
I know. Yesterday I had clients too. And I was like, ooh, I'm real psychic today. Wow.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yep. I always use like Sekhmet likes to make it so that I don't sleep the night before. I end up seeing Sekhmet in Egypt. And there was another reading I got from someone else where I couldn't sleep the night before. Whenever I'm super tired in a day, I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to do something really intuitive today. Cool.
Gonna do magic stuff. This is of Thailand recap part one. Because there's probably going to be 3. There's definitely going to be 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots happened.
So many things.
And it does, like, this trip does feel like it has sections to it, which is interesting. And like, I think, you know, give me your perspective on this too. But to me, it's like the Trova trip itself, which was fantastic in so many ways. Then the Sakyant day had like its own universe to it. And then we each went to Japan individually. We were supposed to meet up, but you know, ships in the night on that one.
I got sick. That's what happened. I'll be real. That's what went down. I got sick. You can still kind of hear it. I just coughed a minute ago.
Yeah.
It sucked. The sick part, not the Japan part.
Yeah, no, Japan was great.
So it has segments, and I really think we're gonna probably have 3 episodes because I think we have to handle each segment individually because it is so much stuff. It's so much stuff.
The Sakyants especially, I think, deserve like their own episode just because we did them in 2 groups where Em was in one group and I was in another group, and they were very different experiences, and I want to make sure we each get to share the fullness of those experiences because it was cool. It was really cool.
It was really, really cool. It was one of the coolest things I've ever done, for sure. Sure. And I do feel the change because of that so deeply in my core. Yeah.
I actually afterwards, because we were all like, what do I feel like this is giving me? And I was like, oh, I know what this is. And it actually validates a point that you had made in our personal discussions before.
Oh, that makes me happy. I'm excited here.
Yeah.
But before we talk about the Thailand, excuse me, Radish, are you okay, baby? Girlfriend.
I heard that one.
She's fine. She's just upset she fell. How dare I do that to her across the room? It's my fault, clearly. You guys saw I was sitting here doing nothing, and therefore it is my fault.
You weren't there to anticipate catching her.
No, she thumped at me at the end. Looked at me like I fell.
It's okay to be embarrassed, right?
I didn't do anything. Anyway, she's fine. Callum was even looking at her like, what the heck? It's fine. But before we talk about Thailand and the Trova trip, we have to talk about our other Trova trip that is now on sale. Whoop, whoop. We are going to Germany and Austria for a castle tour this coming fall for Oktoberfest. And holy heck, it's going to be so cool. Like when you tap into the energy, we always tap into the energy of how these trips are going to go beforehand. And it's interesting because like we're like, oh, okay, we got Peru and that's coming up in March. And that one feels like deep adventure and soul searching and just like this like awakening of primordial stuff for everyone, which is so
something
cool.
That's going on there. Yeah.
Right. And then Greece to tap into that. And I'm like, oh, this is the gods. Like if you're a deity work person and you want to do deity work, like come to Greece with us. The gods are going to be so present. Like they're my homies.
Chillin'.
Like, like we will be with them. We will be, I'm wearing my epic hoodie. We will be present. We will be like very, very, very much with the deities and the deity energy. And it's going to be a huge awakening in that kind of way. And then we feel into this Germany and Austria trip and it feels so held. It feels like witchcraft. It feels like folk magic. It feels it's a fairy tale energy. And I can't, like, yes, it's a castle tour, but truly it feels like a fairy tale when I tap into the space. Do you know what I mean?
It feels like we're literally going to be living in a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's
like
just
your practical magic dreams are going to happen here. Yeah.
It is this beautiful fairy tale. I don't know. There's just real, like, witchy magic energy to it. And we're going to do a ton of folk magic because it's where Brahara is from, which Krista is a leader of.
I am going to, I actually am. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. No,
I'm one of the leaders of our little lineage line thing. We don't know what we are. We just, it's just the thing. And I'm one of our, we kind of separated it into areas of focus. And so when it comes to like folk magic, healing, and astrology, I get to be the sort of mentor or leader in the group for that one. So I'm supposed to be going to be writing a book soon to contribute to potentially Llewellyn, which is cool, about using, what are they called? Almanacs.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it's just like folk magic astrology. So.
Yeah. And so we're going to be doing a bunch of folk magic on this trip. We're going to be doing a castle tour. Really. So we're going to be going to multiple different castles during this trip, which is so magical. We're going to be in both Germany and Austria during Oktoberfest, which means bonus, you get to watch Weston go up that like conveyor belt thing, which is just, it's just so fun. If you know Weston, it'll be a joy. But it's going to be so much fun. We're going to have such a blast. Plus, it's also going to be a celebration for something that you guys don't know about yet, but you will know about soon. And it'll be happening like literally right before we're there. And so it'll be a whole celebration too. And it'll be like a once in a lifetime thing. It's going to be really freaking cool. Anyway, spots are open now, so you should come travel with us. It is the most magical things that I've ever done. Every trip, we talked about this on the Ink Spill this week. Every trip is life-changing, and we're for us, like even for us, like we're not even talking about that just to like sell it. Like every trip we do is so profoundly life-changing. It's almost indescribable.
Well, like you're never done learning. I don't care how many times you've done something or how much experience you have in something. The whole world is super big. So there's always a version of it or a new nuance or a new entirely different thing you've never been introduced to, or something that you've known forever but never got to really immerse yourself in its roots, like Braharai, right? Like that's my zone. And I'm finally getting to go and immerse into the roots of Germany where it came from. And I've only ever been to Germany for like a couple nights because I got stranded from an airplane that got canceled or whatever. Like I'm really excited that for some reason this is the first opportunity I've had to go there, and I would love to share it with as many of you as possible, just to have people to geek out with.
Yeah. What's wild is I have been there. So I've been there and you haven't, which is weird for us. Usually that's not the way that works out. But I have been to Germany. I've actually been to Neuschwanstein Castle before.
Nice.
So yeah, it is magical. I can personally attest. I can personally attest to how much spiritual energy is there. It's wild.
It's the inspiration for Cinderella's castle in Disney World. Fun fact.
Yeah. Well, and the whole inside of it is also fairy tale painted. Like the whole inside of it is every room is all uniquely done. And that's not the only castle we're going to. Not at all.
And we're going to palaces and all sorts of things.
Yeah. Plus, there's history dating back to pre-Roman times there that we get to also kind of tap into and channel into, which is important to me for reasons.
For reasons.
It's going to be cool. Come with us, please.
Yes.
Let's tell you how cool it's going to be by talking about how cool Thailand was.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Excellent segue.
Whoa. Thanks. I'm a master at this. This is my job. Like I had to recently fill out a questionnaire for a thing that I was doing, which I can't fully talk about yet. And the questionnaire, they were like, are you connected to, or have you ever appeared in any like media, like TV shows, podcasts, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yep. Extensively media trained. This is my job, which is so funny because half the time it's just absolutely wild. But that's okay. I've also appeared on like hundreds of podcasts at this. I don't know how many podcasts I've been on. A lot. I don't have a comprehensive list. It's many. And I love it. It's great. I love doing interviews. But just thought it was funny. I was like, been there.
Yeah. I think interviews are why we do so well on like a dual podcast, because we're basically like interviewing and bouncing off of each other. And they're super fun.
They're so fun. I'm so glad it's a dual. I would not have fun if it was just me talking.
No. No, I
No.
tried a podcast on my own once and it was lame. So.
Yeah. But we have pretty much established this with each other of like, this is a very core like
Yep.
need that we have of each other to make stuff work. So
Yep.
no news to us
Yeah.
on that one.
Oh man.
Speaking of that, so
yeah.
first of all, we both got to Thailand a day early before the trip started. And I think this is important to talk about because we did some really cool stuff. And the funniest part about this is a bunch of travelers got there early. And a couple of our travelers had made plans and invited us along to do these plans. And then these plans, like, we just happened to be standing in the lobby. And I think like 4 other people just also walked in and like joined along and like came along for these plans. Which was really, really cool in general. I will say we got upgraded to a 5-star hotel because they got rid of a bike ride that ultimately we would have fucking hated, to be totally honest. So I am so grateful.
With this thing, I would have been toast. Yeah. I can't ride a bike, let alone one-handed.
It was hot. There was no bike paths where we would have been riding that bike. We would have been on the road.
Yeah.
I'd 0 out of 10. I would not have enjoyed the biking in the way that it would have happened.
Can I just say, okay, so like 2 weeks before Thailand, as many of you know, I got hit by a car in a crosswalk, doing all the rules, right? Yeah. Thailand has 0 sidewalks, crosswalks, rules of the road, anything. So to ride a bike in that, where I'm like already unstable, riding a bike, not even just with a bad shoulder, but then to add the bad shoulder, it was already a trial by fire.
It would have been bad.
How much anxiety do you have from this traumatic incident? Answer was a bit. So that's something we're working on.
It would have been bad. So they got rid of the bike ride and upgraded us to 5-star hotels. And we're like, oh, woe is us.
Bummer.
By the way, we went to Chiang Mai and Pai. So we were in northern Thailand. And to be honest, I wouldn't have wanted to go to Bangkok. I have no desire. Not that I think it's bad. I just don't want to. The energy is just not there for me. I probably would do like Phuket or something. But I would 1,000,000% go back to northern Thailand. Northern Thailand was beautifully wonderful. The energy was so lovely. So lovely. Highly recommend. Highly recommend Chiang Mai.
The integrated, you had made the comment, and we'll talk about it more probably in this episode and next episode with the Sakyons, but the animism of Thailand is visceral. Like, yes, you've got the Buddhist stuff and all this other stuff everywhere, and like that's present, but it's almost like a secondary, like a sphere beneath the sphere of animism there. And I really loved it. Yeah.
The animism is so prominent. So prominent.
Just everything.
It's really, really cool. And I will say, I actually don't I'm not a huge fan of any Buddhism. So I'm going to be straight up. I'm not a fan of Buddhism. I do not like Buddhism. Never. I was a Buddhist for a while, so I have ground to stand on. Is because I deeply delved into Nichiren Buddhism for a while. Like a year I was a Buddhist. And so I have ground to stand on it in the sense that I have really, really, truly dove into this mythology and history and whatever. I'm not a fan of it. I don't really like it. I don't really like the teachings. I really don't like Thai Buddhism. Also going to be super honest. Really, really, really icky vibes with that. It was not, I prefer like Japanese Buddhism to Thai Buddhism. Don't like either. But it was really weird because I was like, we went to that very first day, that was the bonus day before the trip even really fully started. We started it off by going to this very huge temple on the hill. This is one of the big golden Buddhas. It was a whole thing. And pretty much from the very moment we walked in, I was like, oh, I don't like this. This is not, I don't like it. But then anytime we would be in like a little nature spot or the little shrines that they made for the land deities. Every time you build a building, you have to build a shrine to the land deity first, and you have to constantly give them offerings so that they keep your building safe that you've now built on their land. And those, I'm like, I feel great resonance here. Like this feels good to me. The ghost-like spirits, the animism of different things, like all of that was so magical, so deep, so spiritually connective. The Buddhism components, anytime it was like, let's go to a temple, it's like, no. I don't really like it. And not saying if anyone else loved it, I love that you loved it. I just did not. I liked the ruins, the temple ruins I loved, but that was it.
Same. Yeah. The cultural side of it was fascinating and interesting. And I enjoyed that. But like, I found myself like, first of all, kudos and appreciation and respect first to everybody there, because I had to so many times remind myself, like, you're respecting their culture, you're respecting their culture, you're respecting their culture. Because the separation of genders in a binary that occurred there got put in my face multiple times. And it was just like, oh, can we do this thing? And it was like, no, you're a woman. And I was like, cool. So it was like, I'm respecting that. Like at home here, like in our space here, I probably would have said something about it and like made a bit of a stir. But we're in a different place. Over there, it's their culture. It's not my place. I was going to be leaving in a week. Like I was doing my best with that. But it was something that by the end of the week, I was just like, I just really need people to stop constantly pointing out gender binaries in my face, because it was just like every single day something was like, but we can't because you're a woman and the weaker sex and the blah, blah, blah. And it's like, there was a whole silver temple that had the constellations of the zodiac decorating the whole darn thing. And I couldn't go in. I was just like,
only Weston could go in, because this at the point when we were at the Silver Temple, he was the only man, and so we're all just standing around like waiting for him to come out, like meh. And he came out, he was like, it was really cool. We were like, shut up. Yeah, we don't like it.
And at one point someone asked, like, what is it about women that aren't allowed in there? And our guide like listed the reasons, and I was like, I don't have any of those. Can I go in? And she was like, no, fine.
Yeah, but it was Anyway, so that's our, but as far as a spiritual place and activation healing, man, oh man.
Yeah, because again, that was a city experience primarily. Like when we got out of the city and even when we went into Pi, we were very separated from that energy, which was super cool.
Yeah, so cool. Okay, so starting off, we went to that big Buddhist temple on the top of the mountain as like a random collective of everyone who happened to come to the lobby at a certain time together. And then after that, we went to, and it was interesting. I saw a rhino beetle. That was thrilling.
That was awesome. The Animal Crossing player in me was just like,
yeah. That was my takeaway from that temple, was the rhino beetle.
That and like the cool Instagram stuff that was in the deeper part.
Wasn't for me really. But then we went to the Carp Cafe, and that was amazing. The tables are sunken into the water, so you're sitting below the water line basically, and there's just huge koi fish all around you, just swimming around. You can feed them. You're not supposed to touch them. I definitely did though.
They touched me because I had like, there was a baby bottle of food and they took it away from me, and I had to like boop one to get it back. It was a battle.
They were aggressive with their food, but it was so fun. We were all sitting in there. It was all steamy. Like they had like fog machines and vines hanging everywhere, and it was beautiful. The bathroom, you peed inside an aquarium. Like
one of the travelers and I actually took a video of us singing "Part of Your World" in the.
Valid.
We're sitting on the toilet together singing "Part of Your World."
Because you're in the toilet, and 3 of the walls are underwater to the fish. The fish are watching you pee, like eye contact. And they're huge, and there's many of them. And you're like, okay. And apparently this is kind of fun because the boys' bathroom didn't have that. So it was only the girls' bathroom. So we got a little bit of
Yeah. Weston got the Silver Temple. We got the bathroom with the fish. So
I'm not complaining. That was a win in my book.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked the Zodiac, but
it's fine.
I'll take it. I got to sing. It's good. The acoustics were great.
They were fun. The Carp Cafe was just a joyous experience. And again, this was just, I think there was 10 of us, 10 of the travelers that just spontaneously come together, and we were just all hanging out now, and it was super fun. Super fun. And then the YouTube is just going to show me like in the quiet. And then after that is when we went to the Silver Temple. And the reason we went over to the Silver Temple is the Silver Temple was like the temple for the silversmiths. And when they had leftover silver, they would like graph it onto the temple. Now the whole thing is covered in silver inside and out. But right next to it is there's a place where you can carve your own silver rings. And that was like really what we wanted to do. Really By the way, guys, hot as shit. So warm.
Super hot.
So warm. And it was like supposed to be rainy-ish. We do this thing where every time we go anywhere, I always talk to the weather deities of that location. This weather deity loved us because I like reached out to him and was like, hey, like, usually like barter, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you something or I'll do something for you, whatever. Reached out to him and I was like, could you please make it so it doesn't rain on us when we're doing our outside stuff? And he was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, that's it? And he was like, yeah, you asked. No one ever asks. I love that you asked. Like, that's enough. And we never got rained on during any activity we were doing. When we'd go inside for lunch, it would dump rain. By the time we were done with lunch, we would step out. All fine. The entire time. Even when we went to Pi and I talked to that weather deity, we still had that happen. It was wild.
Yeah. We had a bit of a downpour during the, oh my God, Zelda, during the elephant day. But we happened to be standing right next to a shelter. So we just sat down for a second and then it was gone in like 3 minutes and then we moved on.
Yeah, exactly. We were the same. We were under this big umbrella and that was it. But
Pardon me.
It was, no, you're good. Jeez, Zelda, be that way. But yeah, so it was magical. Every time we did be inside, it'd be pouring rain. And then the second we go outside, it'd be fine. And thank you to that weather deity. And he literally didn't want anything. The one in Pi wanted more stuff, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But yeah. So then we went and we actually made our own silver rings. I'm not wearing mine right now. It's still packed up because again, I got home 2 days ago. So unpacking has not happened. I got home with 2 additional suitcases than what I left with. It's fine.
I had to get a whole new suitcase because mine broke on the jetway as I'm wearing a sling and doing the whole shebang. Yeah, so I have a whole new backpack now.
Well, that's awful.
It was a trip. Yeah.
But then we all made our own silver rings, and I think the majority of everybody did their name in Thai, right? Yeah. I didn't because I'm an overachiever.
You have artistic talent as well, so like it was gorgeous when you managed.
Thank you. I carved a lotus out of it in relief, because of course. But it was really cool because this silver shop, like the people in there had also like carved some stuff, so we bought some of their carvings, which by the way, it's so cheap there. Like our silver rings that we got to custom make ourselves were $2.
Yeah, I gave them 4. Like, just have it. Yeah,
it was nothing. Like, and it was so magical and so activating to make that. It was so cool. It was so cool.
It was so neat too, because like none of us understood Thai or really, so we like Googled our names and had to sort of write it out. And the person, they were so great about like taking care of us and making sure that we were good. And they came over and they sounded it out and they were like, KristaLyn? And I was like, yeah. So hang on while I go bother my dogs again.
Yeah. It was really, really cool. And they actually came over as I was finishing mine up and like extra carved it. She was like, oh, you're doing okay. And like made sure it was like really good. And then they like polished it and made it all nice. It was so sweet. And we bought one of their carvings and the lady who was helping us was like, that one's mine. Like I made that. I was like so happy that we bought it. And I was like, I love it. It's so beautiful. I have it. It's going to hang on my wall over here. I haven't put it up yet, but I'm really excited about it. So that was really cool. And then that night was our welcome dinner. For everybody. And so the welcome dinner was actually traditional Lana dance performances with this welcome dinner. So we kind of welcomed everybody, said hello. Our amazing guide JJ gave us all fans, which was great.
Yeah, mine
we
is
gave out our amazing gifts as well. Oh yeah, you have yours all spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Little Bear fan. It wasn't a Little Bear fan style fan.
Nope.
It was Little Bear fan was a casualty of travel, guys. I left him on a train and I am heartbroken about it. Please feel free to comment your condolences on the YouTube. It was a deep, deep, deep loss for me. I did cry. I'm not gonna lie. But no, they're like normal hand fans, which was really sweet. And then we got to go see traditional Lana dances and have like traditional Lana food. Lana is northern Thailand, which is very different culturally than like southern Thailand. It was cool.
It was so cool. It was delicious. The dancing was interesting because it wasn't like, jumping around kind of dancing or like even when the music was fast, it was slow and fluid and like almost not staccato because it would like move and then stop and then move and then stop. And I found that really interesting.
Yeah. And they used to do war dances to scare other tribes, which I thought was very odd and interesting. It was really, really beautiful. Well, they had this goat at one point. And the goat came around and like danced at you and like not a real goat, guys. It was dancing costume. Think like the way that Chinese dragons. It was like that. And then you'd feed the goat money. The goat would give you a hug. It was fun. We had a great time.
Yep.
It was really neat. I had a great time with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I don't think we did anything after that, did we?
No, we went to 7-Eleven for the first time.
Oh, right. We went to 7-Eleven. Yep. We got bug spray. Because they have dengue fever. We don't have it.
And I appreciated this. They had traffic cops as well.
Yes,
which
they
was
did.
Helpful.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the themes of the trip, the subplots, was making sure Krista didn't get hit by another car. So
it was a running joke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So
it was so funny. Yeah. Then the next day, we did what would have been the bike ride, but was actually now just like kind of a tuk-tuk style tram tour of a bunch of ruins. And this was really cool because the first set of ruins we pulled up to, which were these old temple, I saw these little crocodile beings like popping their heads out of the water in spirit beings, popping their heads out of the water. I was like, oh, okay, there's these like little crocodiles guys there. And I like turned to a couple people on the tram. I was like, there's these little crocodile guys in the water. And I was like, do you see them? And they're like, oh yeah, like I do see them. They're like these little guys. And then we pull up to this next set of temples and we park and get out. And there's these statues of these crocodile beings. Yep. I was like, them. I saw them in the water. That's who it was. I was like, that was probably some of the fastest validation I think I've ever gotten on anything I've ever picked up on. It was just like, oh, you mean these beings?
That happened a lot in that place in particular. Like one of our people saw a giraffe and they were like, why am I seeing a giraffe? And we were like, well, I don't know. And then at one point I was just wandering and I got pulled to a giraffe and I was like, oh my God, take me to this person. And so I wandered again and I just like got told like, turn here, turn here, turn here. And I was like, it's you, come here. I have to show you something. And so we were able to validate that right away too, which was great.
Yeah. It was cool. There was a lot of different beings. So there's a sacred forest in Thailand mythology in the Himalayas. And this forest is where all of the mythical beings come from. And there's tons of different types of mythical beings. I don't want to mispronounce any of this, which is why I'm talking about it. If you Google Thailand Sacred Forest, you'll find it. And the mythical beings we were talking about, they were everywhere, especially in these ruins. Like they were all over the place. They were the little crocodile guys. There was rooster guys. There was like horse ones. Like they were just all over the place. It's also where we learned in Thai Buddhism, the day of the week you were born matters a lot. Like a lot. Like always, of course, the zodiac matters, right? Like I'm a monkey. That matters. So yeah, like that's important, right? That's an impactful thing. But the day of the week you were born matters a ton. So depending on what day of the week you're born, there's 8 Buddha statues that are always in all of the temples, and the Buddhas are all in a different position, and you pray to the one that is in the position for your day of the week. So I'm a Friday one, so it was like a hands together praying standing Buddha.
Yeah. I'm a Tuesday one and he was dying. I was just like, yeah, that checks.
Yeah. And your day of the week also has a sacred color, which is your sacred color. So my sacred color is blue on Friday. What's your Tuesday, Red?
I'm pink.
I love pink.
I'll trade you. Color. I will trade you.
You don't get to trade me. You were not born on Friday.
I don't like pink.
I love pink. Love it
Pink's
so much.
Fine. I have nothing against pink, but like don't feel represented by pink. Yeah.
Yeah. But I love it anyway. I wanted pink or purple, but I got blue, which is fine. Blue is one of my favorite colors as well, so I'm not complaining. But so that was really cool. And so we got to like see our Buddha during that adventure too. There was lots of dragons or nagas, which are like snake dragons everywhere. This entire trip, that was like a huge theme, was just the naga, because they were all over the place. Yeah. Much to Boris's chagrin. Poor fellow. He had a really hard time with the nagas. He's fine with Japanese dragons, but him and nagas apparently just don't get along, or like he doesn't like them very much. Like there was one that he was kind of friends with. Everybody else, he was just like very displeased when I got too close to a naga. I'd be like twitchy about it. Boris is my dragon guide, for anyone who doesn't know. He got twitchy. Yeah. He wasn't a big naga fan, which is fine. I thought they were great, but he had feelings. He had feelings about it. So yeah, then we did that, and then we went to traditional khao soi, which is the noodle of northern Thailand, lunch.
Oh, it was so good.
It was so good.
So good. I could have eaten like 8 bowls of that.
Yeah, one of our travelers orders like 5 or 6 dishes everywhere we go. It's my favorite thing. And so we tried all of her dishes as well as our own, and it was so good. It was vegetarian, not all of it, but we had vegetarian one. Oh, I could eat more right now.
Yeah. Well, it was so funny because on this trip, usually the vegetarians, like, we get to intersperse, right? But on this trip, there was always a vegetarian table or a part of the table that was vegetarian. So we had that kind of running theme throughout, which was, but yeah, the food in general was incredible. Just every day. Every day.
And then after that, originally we were supposed to go do a river float, but it was so flooded, which it was so flooded.
Yeah, they were putting sandbags out.
Holy.
Yeah.
It was a flooded river. So instead, we got to go to a silk factory and see how silk is being made. And honestly, I loved that. I have never seen a silkworm do silkworm things.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
It was really, really neat. Just and like seeing how the people like nurture the silkworm until a certain point, and how like the silk is taken from the silkworm, I guess you could say. Harvested. There we go. Thank you. Yeah. So that whole process from beginning to end was really fascinating to see.
It was really, really neat. Really, really neat. And then we also went to a jewelry store. Huge, massive jewelry store.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I love jewelry. You guys know. I usually wear tons of jewelry. I walk in and my guys are like, there is nothing for you here. And I was like, solid. I won't get anything then.
Yeah.
But I did find a bracelet for Weston, which he needed. I was like, this one's for you. It's not for me. But then we went to this cafe across the street. There was panels of like stained glass, like dangling and making all these cool reflections over this pond. And that was really cool. And I ordered a drink there, which is the point of this whole story. I ordered a drink there because I'd seen it on multiple menus at this point, and it's an orange juice with espresso. Oh, yeah. Which I was like, this is probably going to be disgusting, but it's been on all these menus. There's got to be a reason for it. Ordered it. Spoiler, it was fucking gross. It was disgusting. It tasted like espresso with orange juice. And I was like, this is nasty, but I'll try to drink some of it, I guess. And then our guide came over and she was like, oh, you ordered the revolutionary drink. And I was like, the what? And she was like, yeah, so the up and coming party in Thailand of young people that want like reform in the government, whatever, is orange. Their color is orange. And they're the ones that are currently like trying to, the protests you've seen in Thailand, whatever, that's this party trying to actually get into the government because the old government doesn't want them in there. They don't want them to have power. They've tried to shut them out at every turn. It's very corrupt. And she's like, so in order to show their solidarity with the revolutionary party, restaurants have added this drink onto the menu because it's orange to show that they stand with them. And I was like, well, now I'm going to drink the entirety of my absolutely awful drink. Like, don't tempt me with a good time of social revolution. I will, of course, drink the rest of this.
Right.
But that was, I thought, really cool. Like, what a cool way of showing, like, solidarity. Like, isn't that neat? So
it's
neat.
The best. Yeah. More of that, please. I was able to, in the jewelry place, find a really great ring for my Mars talisman for next year's ring. Because like I got my Venus one for this year and I wear a ring for the planet that is my Time Lord for the year every year. And so I found my Mars ring, which I'm stoked about.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. It's over there. I'm going to find a good election for it because like Mars is right now in a solid place in my perfected sign for next year in domicile. So I'm like, ooh, I should find something for that. Hopefully I can.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So that was really neat. That night was
the cabaret.
The cabaret. So we went back to the hotel and half of us went and did tarot. You did tarot in the library cafe, and half of us went up to the pool. Which was actually really cool because it definitely gave like all the travelers like anything, you know, whatever they were feeling, like there was one of us there supporting. So like I was up in the pool with a bunch of people. We were just hanging out. The pool sparkled, by the way. It had rainbow iridescent tiles, and at nighttime they had little pinprick lights that shone up through the tiles, and it was like a sparkly night sky. It was so cool. It was on the roof. And then you had a bunch of people down doing tarot, which was just really cool for everybody, I think, to get like what they needed. And we were doing a bunch of like curse removal and stuff on the roof in the pool, which was great. We were doing
card pulls and like coaching. So
yeah. We did a lot of like curse work and like describing soul stuff, and it was it was a neat moment. And then after that we were gonna go to the cabaret, right? No, we went to the night market.
Next night. Yeah, the night market. Well, because that was the end of the night for the first night. We actually did all that after dinner, the first night after the dancing thing. The second night we did the night market. And that's where, because we went to that other temple, and you and I at that point were like, nah, we just like didn't stay in the temple.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we went to the night market, and it was a special Sunday night market, and it was so overwhelming. It was so much.
It was a lot.
We were all like, whoa, okay, we're going to go. We all left.
Yeah. I mean, like, I got a really cool bag there. I got some dinner because, like, the night market was also where we got dinner. So you got street food, which was really cool. But then at some point, I think we all reached our threshold. Whether you were like someone who turned in more early, or you were someone who usually stayed out later, we were all just like done. And somehow we found each other right at that moment, whatever groups we had split into.
We took shots of Thai whiskey all together. That was fun. I tried a durian. I thought it was fun.
I tried a durian. Yeah, I thought it was great too. Yeah, it was mushy, but
I later on had it blended over sticky rice, and then it was really, really good because then it wasn't squishy. It was like a sauce, and it was like
that's
really
what it's
yummy.
supposed to be. I bet
it was really yummy.
I would do that. Sounds like mango sticky rice.
Yeah, we had shots of Thai whiskey. Everyone thought it was gross. I thought it was fine, but
yeah,
I don't usually get super affected by that.
I took the video of that because I don't drink, because it's not cool when I do. We don't do that, but we do take the video when everybody else does, as a running theme, actually. But when you guys all did it, it was so funny to watch, like, everybody kind of do it, and then they all came back like, ooh, and you were just like, It was great.
I really could take shots very easily. It doesn't bother me. It really it doesn't bother me at all. I didn't even have a chaser. I was like, that's fine. It's whatever. It's not the worst whiskey I've ever tasted. So it was fine. But people were like, ugh, it was horrible. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the next day, we went on a leisurely hike. Air quotes around the word leisurely.
It was supposed to be 2 miles over an hour and a half, which should not take long at all. Like, I usually do 4 miles in an hour, and that's leisurely, right?
Yeah.
So this one I was like, oh, cool. And then we end up like at this, it should have been like really smooth. I don't know how long we were out there.
Like 4 hours.
Forever.
Okay. And our guide even called it leisurely. She's like, it's going to be a nice, easy hike. We're going to have a guide from a local hill tribe, which she told us the history of the hill tribes, which was amazing. That like the current king actually went and like found a bunch of hill tribes and put them on the map and like gave them like means to support themselves outside of growing opium. It's like a beautiful, beautiful thing. But one of the hill tribes was guiding us. Ladies was guiding us like to the place, because we were supposed to go all like basically hike to this village and drink and roast coffee, basically was the whole thing that we were doing. We truly thought this was a leisurely hike. Like we were so wrong.
This was like level 1 kind of activity, right? Like
this, I started narrating us. I'm going to post the video because I made a video because I started narrating us like a nature documentary, because it was literally like, it was
in the jungle.
Leisurely. We're in the jungle. There's snakes, like big snakes around. There's monkeys that are around.
And
waterfalls, vines you can swing on, which we did.
We did.
It was up and down muddy hills. There were stairs over abysses.
We had walking sticks that they provided for us. Like at the beginning, we should have known.
This is not leisurely. We had fun. Everyone made it. Everyone had a great time. It was a magical hike. There were spirits with us the whole time,
which was fun. Yeah.
Oh, you did run into a deity.
Yeah. She just like popped up while I was waiting for you guys, and then did like a boop thing and whisked off. And then you showed up and saw her in her little alcove.
I did. That was really cool. That was really cool. It was wild. It was a wild, wild journey. We, at one point, end up in rice fields, like the tiered rice fields. And we're hiking through there, and there's, like, their type of buffalo. They're, like, kind of like water buffalo, but not. But they're around. So we're, like, hiking through them. We had rocks that were tripping people, and then the rocks would, like, take some of their energy, and we had to, like, return their energy to them from the rocks that were tripping. It was super interesting. Very, very playful jungle. Like, very playful jungle. It was a journey, though. It was a journey and a half. We journeyed hard.
We got to that one waterfall, and our guide was like, we're halfway there. And all of us were like, what?
What do you mean halfway? We've been hiking for like 3 hours. It was great, though. I wouldn't have changed a minute of it. It was so much fun.
Fine. It wasn't like there wasn't a time where I felt like fatigued or overtired or overtaxed or anything like that. And everybody, and we had people running the gamut of like age ranges and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we all did fine. Everybody was great. And then at the end of it, we got to drink and eat like the full experience of a coconut. It was really great.
We got to this place at the very end, and there was this huge cooler of chilled coconuts, and you could buy it for like $1 if it's a whole coconut. You could drink all the juice, and then they'd carve out the meat for you, which is savory, by the way. I don't know if you ever had like raw coconut. It's not sweet. It's like a savory meat. I use one of my favorite dishes is I actually cook coconut with butter and like crisp up the edges, and it's delicious with butter and salt. And so it was like fresh. Oh, it was so good. It replenished my soul. I can't wait for you guys to see the video though, because we get increasingly more disheveled as we go. So you see me at the beginning like, and I have like 2 braids and I look all cute. And by the end, there's like loops coming out of my braids and my face is all red. By the time I do the coconut, my hair is down. And I'm like, oh my God. It's great. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It was fun though. And then we had coffee. That was great. Yeah. And then they whisked us away to the most amazing lunch at this local home. So good.
It was like a rooftop, almost terrace kind of thing with like the thatched kind of roof. And they gave us food. And it was like you would imagine on a safari, but like Georgia the Jungle safari, because you're in the mountains with the mountains right there. And then thunder starts happening, but not really a ton of rain. It kind of went around us, of course. But we got to have like this thundery lunch in the jungle that was so rejuvenating.
Coconut soup and rice and these beautiful vegetable dishes. I'm only speaking to the vegetarian stuff. I know that the non-vegetarians had whole fish, like
with eyes,
whole fish. And also like spicy things and all sorts of yummy stuff. And it was so good.
Were puppies.
There was puppies. We got to hold like 3-day-old puppies. It was great.
There's not a single picture of me holding that puppy that I'm not making a sad like. Everybody else thought to actually smile at one point, but I was like, "You're tragically beautiful." Like,
me too. I also did not smile. I was just like, "I love him." Like nuzzling. Their eyes weren't even open yet. They were little.
They were just little whimpery guys.
There was stray dogs and stray cats everywhere, but they were well taken care of, by the way.
Yes. Yeah. The community
really well taken care of. And so they were all loving up on everybody. It was great. And then we went to this other waterfall, and I got real covered in mud.
Yeah. That it wasn't a hike. Waterfall.
It wasn't a hike, but it was like a little walk up to the waterfall, and I like slipped in mud, and everyone else was covered in mud.
The waterfall was creating such mist that you got soaked just by standing near it. So.
To the bone. Completely soaked. Head to toe. There was a tree with froggies on it, like natural froggies. And Krista and I noticed the frogs because we're not blind. And we saw them, we were like, froggies! And there's a bunch of pictures of us being like, oh, look at the frog! And then one of our travelers, a little while later, was like, I want to go hug this tree. And I was like, okay, but don't hit the frog. And they take a couple steps closer and like, don't hit the frog. I was like, don't hit the frog. And hand, full palm, straight to a frog. Frog launches. They scream. I was like, how did you do that? Like, don't slap a frog. She was like, I have this beacon. Whenever someone tells me not to do it, I do it anyway, and I didn't mean to. It's like, it's so funny. It was so funny. Yeah. That was great. That night we went back to have the cabaret. We tried to have dinner in a normal amount of human time.
At what was supposed to be, what apparently is, questionably, a Michelin star restaurant. So the hotel we're staying in has a dinner restaurant that is a Michelin star restaurant.
Yep. Now here's the important characters. So we went 2 hours and 45 minutes before we were supposed to leave for the cabaret. 2 hours and 45 minutes.
It should have been plenty.
Even if what we had ordered was a tasting menu, there is absolute no way that we shouldn't at least have gotten through everything but dessert in that amount of time.
And this was the day that was also a birthday for one of our travelers, and we had arranged cake for them. So we sent the cake ahead, which means this restaurant knew we were coming before we got there. And we asked them to, like, can you please slice the cake up and serve it to everybody who comes so that everybody can have some cake at the end of their meal before some of us go to the cabaret and some of us were going to stay and hang out at the pool. But that was not how, like, even at one point, I don't know if anybody here plays Portal, but I looked at the people at the table and I'm like, I'm so sorry, guys. I think the cake is a lie. Like, I don't know what to do.
You're just like, I guess it's just not a thing. We ordered, now it's important, I want to say this very clearly. It did not say tasting menu. It said set menu. Set menus and tasting menus are different, because set menus are menus that they have prepared for you to have courses. But an idea behind a set menu is that the menu is set. This is the stuff they've already pre-prepared. They're bringing it out, whatever. A tasting menu is more of an experience and it takes a little bit longer, whatever. These were set menus. We ordered set menus. And again, we had 2 hours and 45 minutes. So we gave them ample amount of time. So much time. When we were leaving, because a bunch of people backed out of the cabaret at that point, which their loss, it was a joy. It was such an experience. It was wild. It was such an experience. But by the time we were leaving for the cabaret, we had gotten an appetizer and bread.
Yeah. And then before you go into the cabaret, because it was really cool, let me just fill in the gaps here of what happened, because they went to the cabaret and then we remained. And some people stayed with us because, you know, whatever their energy levels were at, or, you know, they just invested Michelin star pricing into this menu that they had yet to receive. It was like an hour before we even got the appetizer.
Oh, yeah.
And at that point, I had already said, can you just give us the cake first so that everybody at least gets the cake we promised them this morning before they have to go to the cabaret? And I think, were you guys there for the cake? Did you get some of the, the cake came out, like, at one point they were like, do we have to sing? And I was like, no, just slice the cake and serve the cake. That's all you have to do. Please, like, help us. And I think part of the complication, this does not justify it, but part of the complication was in the half of the restaurant, they were taking photos for their new menu. So the table that was empty got served way before any of us did. And we're just like, can we have that? Like, anything, please.
But then there were people that walked in after us that also got served before all of us did.
Yes.
Multiple.
Yeah, people who were not part of our party. And then people who were, but were like eating, you know, things off the regular menu. And still, by the time I left, because instead of like taking money off of the bill, they just gave us free extra desserts. And so we like sampled it and whatever, and we were heading out, and it was like 10:30 p.m. at this point. And I looked at the table behind us and I was like, have you guys gotten anything? And they're like, we got some bread. And like, at least have the remainder of our desserts so you get something, my God. And then I went to the manager and I was like, you will serve them now. And you will serve them everything they ordered, like, at one time, because you had plenty of time to get this stuff to them. And I had to do that several times after you guys left. I was like, serve us everything now, because we have to go. Serve this now, because we have to go. We want our checks, and we want just this course. Skip everything else. Like, my God, micromanaging this thing. Yeah.
And it would be fine if the food was good. The food was also so bad, guys. It was bad food. It was
one of our travelers tried it, and she is a chef, and a really good chef. I trust this person's judgment a ton. She spit it out.
It was bad. It was bad. It wasn't good. Anyway, that happened. We did complain. It was fine. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It was
the next morning, like, the breakfast there was fantastic. And like, it wasn't personal to any of the people. It was just managed very poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The breakfast was so good. You could order whatever you wanted off the breakfast menu. It was part of the complimentary breakfast, and it was like delicious.
Yeah, you could order like 3 different things, and it would still be included.
Which we did. I had congee every morning. Yeah, I had congee every morning, as well as like this like custard sticky rice. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, and as much coffee as you wanted. Yeah.
Of like lattes and cappuccinos and
Americanos. Yeah.
Anyway, I'd have breakfast like that every day if I could.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every day. But we went to the cabaret. It was glorious. It was a glorious experience. Was it good? No, it was not good. It was so fun though. It was like a drag show plus. It was a drag show plus in Thailand in the night market. It was an experience. Weston was pulled on stage. They danced with us on tables, and we had an adventure. He crushed it so hard because he is a beautiful person. I love him so much. We had so much fun. We had such a fun time. It was a 2-hour show. It was bad lip syncing. They did not know the words to the songs they were lip syncing. There was dances. There was some mild sexual assault. That was the thing. They pulled this one boy, I say boy because he was like 18, up onto the stage. And at one point, she like took off his shirt and like licked him. And he was like, no, no. He was not having a good time. I was like, you should have picked Weston for that. He would have been fine. He would have been like, whatever. Oh my God, it was so funny. We had a great time. It was so fun with the travelers. And then the next day, we were actually traveling to the elephant sanctuary and then on to Pai. And the elephant sanctuary is one of the coolest things I've ever done in my entire life. The elephant sanctuary was so amazing because it wasn't what you would think of. Because it was also a stray dog and cat sanctuary, mostly rescued from like car accidents and the meat trade and stuff like that. Like dogs everywhere, cats all over the place. It also was a rescue for like the buffalo that I talked about, which are like they're like water buffalo but not long horns. And then elephants that had in tourist trade. Obviously it's Thailand. We saw people riding on elephants as we went up there. We saw people like walking elephants around. These elephants were all rescued from those spaces where they were being mistreated, so you could not touch the elephants unless they touched you.
Yep.
But which they did, which is why I say that. But we were walking with them in the enclosure that was huge. It had a whole river in it. It was beautiful and incredible. They had these trees planted everywhere with these stones around it. And eventually we asked, like, what are these about? And they're like, oh, the elephants, when they die, we bury them and we plant a tree on top of them and protect the area with these stones. And it's just so beautiful. It was amazing. One of the elephants we met, because we were split into two groups, Krista's group and my group. One of the elephants that we met on our group was 98 years old.
Yeah.
That's how good of a life they had. Like, that's unheard of numbers for elephants. One of our travelers did get grabbed by an elephant. To justify her grabbing, she was just trying to lead him over to the bananas. Okay, she was like, "Come here. I know where my bananas are. I'm taking you over there. You're gonna give me one." She did let go. It was cool. It was so cool. We got charged by one of the buffalo too at one point in our group. Our group was very eventful. Another one of our travelers kind of got pinned by a baby elephant, like, pet me, pet me, pet me. So she had no choice but to do so. It was cool. Then a bunch of naughty baby elephants swam across the river to the other side, and the trainers had to swim across the river and like bring them back. It was just really magical and neat. It was so cool. And we got to do animal communication and talk to them all, which was neat.
Yeah. And a lot of people had good conversations with them. Like in our group too, there was a lot of people who connected, like deeply connected. But then this place had a vegan buffet.
Yeah, it did.
That we got to do afterwards. So you're still sitting like in among the reserve and everything. There's like a coffee shop and a vegan buffet and this whole experience. And it was just like you had time to go play with the puppies and the kitties. And it poured down rain while we were having lunch and then stopped in time for us to leave. And it was so cool.
It was so nice to have the vegan buffet too, because it's so rare for both of us to be like, I can eat everything here.
I had so much that
here
day.
I can eat. I ate so much food. It's so
I literally
nice.
just went to everything and I was like, well, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. I just want to try that. And I turned around and like, the whole room is still in front of me. I'm still eating all of it.
I ate all of the things. They had like a soup station where you'd like make your own noodle soup.
Yeah, a whole table of noodles. And
I'm getting hungry.
Me too.
And
I can't have just like all the noodles.
Right. After that, we were driving in our vans. We had 4 vans. And we were driving over the super windy, twisty mountain pass to get to Pai, which is this little mountain village.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Though. I must tell you, halfway through, we made a stop. And at this stop, this laughs, but I will die on this hill. At this stop, I didn't think I was nauseous, by the way. I didn't think I was like having any type of car sickness at this point. We stopped there and there was a lot of different stuff. So it's like sour food to help cure car sickness. It was the windiest road like ever, to be totally honest, especially the second half. It was just like meow, 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 meow. Like it was so windy. But there was this like cafe there also for drinks, and it was like sour plum juice. Drink it to help with nausea. And Weston was like, you should try that. And I was like, I don't think I'm car sick. And he's like, you should still try it. I think you should have it, because he was tapping into it too. And I was like, okay. Listen, it tasted like drinking salt and vinegar chips. I'm not even joking. But when you had one sip, all of a sudden your body felt better. Like it me and like one other traveler had it on the way there. Then like 18 of us had it on the way back because I could not stop singing the praises of this juice. It fixed me. Like I didn't realize I was nauseous, but all of a sudden I had a sip and I was like, I guess it was car sick because I feel like a whole new human now. And I can't even, I'm not joking. It was so healing and refreshing. It was like immediately grounded all of your energy, and any energy sickness you were having or nausea, and all of it was gone, and you just felt better. It was wild. It was a wild experience. 10 out of 10 for sour plum juice. Well, it wasn't even sour. It was just good. I don't know. It was good. They were like fermented or pickled plums. I don't know. It was amazing. It was so good. It was so good. I was so happy with it. Then we went to the weirdest shit hotel in Pai, though. That hotel was weird.
The hotel was weird. There was stuff like, it was so interesting the next morning because I remember falling asleep that night. And as I was like going to sleep, I felt something next to my bed and I was like, nope. And that's when I devised my pop-up tent shield.
Yeah.
I did not have the energy and I was just like, boom. And this shield popped up around my room. And I was just like, I'm not dealing with it. I don't know what you are. I know this is probably your space, but like, I need sleep. So, but the next morning, everybody was like, did you feel that thing in the room? Did you feel those things around us? And I was like, oh, it was everybody. Wow.
Everybody. It was all of us. Like, we all had weird stuff. Someone had like a portal in their bathroom. It was a weird hotel. The energy was just real off in it. There was lots of spooky stuff, which is fine. We all know what to do.
We were only there
all
for
deal
2
with
minutes,
it.
So yeah. We have videos before our trip that you get to watch that give you sort of the grounding, shielding, cleansing sort of stuff. So everybody came to the trip, or should have come to the trip, primed with those skills
of how to do all the stuff. And they did. I think everyone felt really good and confident with that, which was nice. And that night we went down to the night market there in Pai, and I loved Pai. Pai was this tiny little mountain village. Interestingly enough, though, I got served a bunch of videos about Pai last week after we had left. And locals are really upset because Israeli tourists are coming to Pai in such large numbers. They're so entitled and they're so rude to the locals. Like, they're trying to get the Israeli tourists banned from going to Pai.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
That's oddly specific.
Which, like, you know, Palestinians have a similar problem. What a shock. But, you know, assholes just everywhere they go. Really, really yuck. But I was like, wow, okay. And they're like buying up places there and all sorts of stuff. But the night market was kind of like a bar street. We went to this really yummy dinner, and then we like were walking along this like bar hopping street of like stalls and stuff you could buy. And it was super fun. A bunch of us went out and just drank at the bars and did karaoke and did whippets and just like hung out. It was really fun. It was cool. It was neat. It was really, really neat. I liked Pai.
Yeah, and that's where you met the hellhound the first night, and I met them the second night.
The first night, yeah. So there was a dog. He was not a dog. The second I saw him, I'm like, you're not a dog. You are not a dog. I even tried to feed him. Wouldn't eat. And he was not like bad looking. Like, wasn't like looking like an unhealthy dog. He just like was not interested. He popped out of the shadows when we were on this one street after all the bars and stuff were closing, which they closed kind of early. It was like midnight. And we were walking back to the hotel. He popped out at the start of this one street and like escorted us up this street. And I like the way, when I say he was escorting us, it was because like we stopped at a 7-Eleven and whatever, and he waited for us to get out and then walked us the rest of the street. And when we got to the end of the street, he left us, turned around and went back. And I was like, so there was some sort of spiritual something on this street that you did not want to get at us. Like, thank you for your escort. And he very much was that. He did that to Krista, same street, the next night. And again, wasn't begging, didn't want anything. I have video of him. He was like a grin. Like, he was I think he was a hellhound. But it was wild. I was like, okay, we're super protected, I guess. That was really neat. He was cool. He was really cool.
He was really
neat. Also the weather
energy.
deity in Pai, because a different deity.
Yes.
Different space. So I reached out to her. She was a lady, and she was like, yeah, I can do that for you. But like, I really want, can you make me my own temple? Like, all the other gods get temples here, and I don't have a temple. Like, no one worships me or talks to me. And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I can energetically build you a temple. No problem. And so she also was super about us. And when we went to the cave the next day, which is what we did the second day in Pai, the cave and the hot springs, both of which were so magical.
Mm-hmm.
I built her a little energetic temple outside of the cave, and she made the weather perfect for us. And when I say perfect, we were in this hot springs outside at one point in time with this beautiful dripping rain that like just made the water dance. And it was like it was so intentional and so cool. Like she was so on it.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
The cave was neat.
The cave was phenomenal. Originally, we were supposed to be able to see like 3 rooms of the cave, but because of the flooding, we could only see 1 room. But the thing was, you still had to be taken to the room via like a boat that was made out of reeds. And it was so cool to have that experience.
And there were wild koi in the river that you feed as you walk up. Huge ones, like 3 feet fish. Massive. And you walk up and you all get on these little like rafts and they like row you through the darkness over to this cave.
You have a guide who has a lantern. That's it.
And this cave had been lived in 10,000 years ago and on to like 2,000 years ago. Like it had been lived in with by these ancient people and like there was cave paintings in a room with a sarcophagus and like it was ancient and there were spirits in that cave.
There were. I felt like the energy of the stalactites and the stalagmites. There was this one room where there was a pillar, so a stalactite and a stalagmite that actually grew long enough to meet. And these things grow. I think they said like, was it a millimeter or a centimeter a year?
Yeah, it was a very small.
So this was
amount.
a 21 like meter thing. So it took it like 21,000 years to do this.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, it felt like almost like a love story between 2 deities, like very secret tunnel-esque. And I remember on the way out, I was like, well, what do you want as an offering? And they wanted an apple. And so I gave them an energetic apple and it was really cool because afterwards you went to a shrine outside and you were like, it wanted fruit juice. And I'm like, yeah, I get that.
Like the fruit thing was just a thing with them. There was dragons and Naga all up in this cave. Boris wasn't allowed in and he was very upset because it was a different dragon's cave and he couldn't like intervene in that sanctity and he was deeply disturbed by this. He did not like it.
We weren't in there for super long, but it was awesome all the same. Like they guided us through and they were like, this is what we see in that shape and that's what we see in this shape. And you could see the different shapes of things in the walls and in the stalactites, stalagmites, and whatever. And this is one of the few things that Em and I got to do like at the same time together on this trip. So that was really cool to be able to like wander through and be like, do you see that thing over there? Yeah.
Right. Do you feel this?
Really nice.
And one of our travelers was great. She's like, can you turn the lights off? And they didn't turn them all the way off because we had a different group behind us. Yeah. But our guide like went away. So we got pretty much in darkness, which was really nice. We just got to sit there in the darkness and like meditate for a second in the cave. We were all broken up into a bunch of little groups. Because you could only fit like 4 people to a raft, right? So like, and it was really cool.
I loved it.
It was really cool. Hi, buddy. You coming over to say hi? Hello. That's a good dog. Someone's clingy.
Yeah, mine are outside for the minute.
Upset. He's very upset at me. Which I get. I'm sorry. I'm a jerk. I'm the jerkiest of jerks. I know. But yeah, and then after that we went to the hot spring, which was just like we went to first we went to lunch at this also another like little family house basically, which had like this deck with all these tables, poured rain while we ate. It was so cool.
Yeah.
We
and
had,
again,
like,
it's delicious.
It was so good. And then we went to this hot spring and we all got to like sit together in the hot spring and find cool rocks. We weren't supposed to take them.
Well, it was so clear too. You could like see them and then pick them up. And then,
it was really neat. It was really, really neat. And then we got our last night in Pai and we did a lot more shopping and hanging out together. Then we went to the bars again, which was, it was just so fun.
Because this was the second to last day.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
Second to last day of the whole trip.
Was just like a Thai massage and the drive back, really.
Yeah. Which we got a Thai massage. We actually I got multiple. Thai massage is, if you've never had it, it's more of like a stretching massage where they like bend you and stretch you in different ways. It was so nice.
Yeah. This was my first massage experience and I was right next to Weston.
Yeah. You could hear him like,
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like,
it
I feel like
bad. Like I asked for like the medium toward hard because they were like, if it's your first one, don't ask for too hard. And plus I was dealing with the shoulder thing. So like every time she came near my arm, I was like, nope, not there. But other than that, it was really nice. I liked the outfit they let us wear. It was very cozy.
Yeah. It was lovely. And, you know, Weston was like, it's like they took a magnifying glass to all the pain I've been ignoring in my body for the last like 5 years. And we're like, hey, guess what? You got pain there.
Yeah.
But we ended up doing another one, just the two of us, before our Sakyongs the next day. And that was really nice too. So just really nice movement of stretching. And then we went to this cafe afterwards and we met French bulldogs and I was very thrilled.
They were adorable. And there was delicious cheesecake at this cafe. Cheesecake and coffee is one of my favorite things. Like if I ever pass away and I'm someone who is like worthy of offerings, cheesecake and coffee. There you go.
Yep. It was great. We had that. And then we went back to the hotel and we had a little bit of extra time to like get lunch and stuff. And I ended up at a cafe that had bunnies there were just free range bunnies and I snuggled bunnies and it made me so happy. And we were there with one of my clients and she did like an energy reading for me. It was really, really cool. But there were bunnies and that's like a really important part of this story.
Yeah. Bunnies are always important.
They're essential. Now I have tattooed on me.
I think a lot of the clients ended up in the same cafe as I was at. We had like smoothies and salads, and it was really nice. Yeah. And then we all got back on our vans
and went back and then had our farewell dinner. And the farewell dinner was very yummy, like a riverside restaurant. And then we went to karaoke.
And then we did karaoke.
We had a private room karaoke, which is good because we really couldn't do it in front of other people because we just would take over.
We're a little ridiculous with our karaoke.
It was great.
I love it.
It was fabulous. You missed Golden though. You left pre-Golden.
I mean, I got to be Romeo to someone's Juliet for Taylor Swift, so that was neat.
Yeah, it was great. And then we went back to the night market for a couple of us and, just did night market stuff. And the next day was our Stock Young, which is going to get covered in a different episode because we're already over time. Look at us go.
Look at us go. Yeah. Thanks for sticking with us for this. We actually covered a trip, Trova, at least part of the trip, in one episode. Look at us go. Yeah.
I know there's stuff we forgot and we did not talk about, and we will talk about it. I know we will. Yep. But you get to hear about the Sakyongs next, which are sacred tattoos done by Buddhist monks. And they're freaking cool. And their experiences are amazing. So we'll do that on our next episode. If this sounds like a fun adventure with us, come to Germany. Or to Greece or to Peru. We have spots on all of them available. Which is actually really cool. It's going to be really magical. All of the next trips for next year are going to be this magical or more. Like, so cool. So come.
And honestly, and I know, like, we are all having to establish different priorities right now. But I will tell you that no matter how crazy the world gets, I am always going to, no matter what my situation is, I will prioritize travel because it is the only thing that keeps me sane and that resets my nervous system in the times that we're in. Like Truly. I went, we went on this trip and I came back and I was like, maybe things aren't so bad. And like, of course, within 3 days, the headlines had me like, I need to do something. But I know there's another trip and I know that I've got these magical people that are on these trips. And I know that we're going to be learning things, teaching things, doing so many things that are like what life is actually about while the rest of the world is figuring its crap out, that we still get to be making progress so that on the other side of the madness, we will be the ones able to say, like, we know what to do. Everybody, like, gently come this way. It's going to be okay. But I truly believe this is a crucial part of all of that. And I think it is really important. So if you're someone who's like, I really need something to help me reset my nervous system, we're here. We're here. We get it. We need it too. And we'll help you do it.
And we mean that.
Yeah.
It's so fun. And thank you so much for listening. If you could do us a favor and comment emojis that represent this episode to you on either Spotify or YouTube. And if you could download the episode or whatever you're listening to, it really, really helps us. And if you could share this episode with every person you've ever known, that'd be great too. We love that.
All of them.
All of them together. And join us for Friday Ink Spill. We just go live Fridays, 10 a.m. on our YouTube. We're actually branching out to our TikToks and Instagram next week as well.
Yeah, that's 10 a.m. Pacific, which is, I think, 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Didn't I say Pacific? Did I not?
No, it's okay though.
10 a.m. Pacific. It's fun. We spill ink. We chat. We answer your questions. It's a great time. So come hang out with us. Yeah. We would appreciate it. So awesome. Thanks for listening. You're fantastic. Comment, share, follow us on YouTube, and Instagram and TikTok.
And have a great week. Have a great week until we see you on Friday.
Yeah. And we hope that you take all this energy and that you 1, 2, 3 go make some magic. No, that
It
was
was on
not.
my end. I
It was
love my
bad.
end. I love my end.